All right, folks, back here with an update. A couple things going on here that we're going to go through. So let's rock and roll. Hopefully, by now, students have finished Module 3. That is not the case for a lot of people, though. So here's where we start to get into a little bit of a situation where people fall behind. So, again, I seem to say this every time I'm asking you for some assistance here. If you could check and make sure all work through Module 3 is completed by now, that would be very much appreciated. If you need help with that or you don't understand gradings or anything like that, feel free to shoot me a message and we'll work things out. So that's the first thing. The next thing is I want to go through Module 4 of our course in a little bit more detail. So Module 4, we actually start to talk about a vehicle. And if your child hasn't completed this module yet, a little heads up that they're going to be using a vehicle at home just to operate some basic controls. So turn signal, horn, windshield wipers, four-way flashers or emergencies. Those basic controls that as a driver you should be familiar with. You shouldn't have to look around to find them as you're driving down the road. If you do, that's just taking your attention off the roadway. So that is this getting familiar with your vehicle assignment. You might be asked to help with that, or you might want to help with that in the future, or you may have already done so. The instrument panel is the dashboard. So it talks about a lot of the lights and gauges and things like that. How to adjust your mirrors correctly so that you're actually seeing what you should see. A lot of us don't do a very good job of adjusting those in the correct fashion. What do these letters mean is an assignment where students are going to take a look at if it's an automatic transmission vehicle, what that PRNDL, the gear selector, what those things mean. If it's a manual transmission, what gear would you be in to do certain things? Just so, again, they understand in a vehicle why there's some different gears associated. The last one here is an ed puzzle. It talks about adjusting your seat and steering wheel properly. You should basically be at least 10 inches away from the steering wheel, not driving like this, but also not way back either. So that's what that one's talking about. There's an assessment here at the end. You have to get 8 out of 10 correct. So that is the last module in the course for the third marking period. Going back out here to the main page, all the assignments here are supposed to be due by March 21st. All right, March 21st is the end of the third marking period, so all work should be completed by then. Here's where things get crazy. And if I made you have a bad day because of this, I apologize. I've gone into the grade book, and students who have not completed work from the introductory work folder and the Module 1 folder, I have put in a missing. That missing automatically, sorry for all that beeping, that missing automatically puts a 0 into the PowerSchool gradebook. That is not what the final grade will be if students complete work. There will be no points taken off because it's marked missing right now. So if I haven't done anything in Module 1, right now it shows missing and gives me a 0. When I go back in and do that work, I'll grade it. Whatever they scored on it is what they will get. The missing goes in for a couple reasons. One, so students know what they need to do. And two, it might be what they finally need to give a little nudge to get moving in the course. So yes, the grade might look awful. Might be a 0 still. They can easily make that up. They're not going to lose points. We still have about 3 weeks in the course. So there is a little bit of time that they can get caught up and move on from there. All right. So if you see those zeros and those missings go in there, just realize the purpose behind that. If you have questions with anything, please let me know. That's all I'm going to talk about today. I'll be back probably closer to the end of the marking period, give you a little update as the marking period comes to a close, and what we're going to get into as we get into the fourth marking period. Hope everyone has a great rest of your week. Take care.